We begin about a year after previous events in New York City with Miles Morales, the new Spider-Man, who has improved his abilities by training with Peter Parker, the original Spider-Man, and established himself as Peter's crime-fighting partner, though he still struggles with adapting to his new role. While escorting a police convoy carrying prisoners to the rebuilt Raft, a maximum security prison facility used primarily to house superhuman criminals, Miles accidentally frees Rhino, a large supervillain with an experimental combat suit grafted onto his skin, who proceeds to wreak havoc in Harlem. While Miles stops the other escapees, Peter struggles against Rhino, who eventually overpowers him. Miles then intervenes and defeats Rhino with his newly discovered bioelectric ability, later dubbed Venom Blast. Afterwards, they leave Rhino in the custody of Roxxon, an energy corporation whose property the battle ends on, being told by Simon Krieger, the head of research and development, that Roxxon's advanced security guards will hold Rhino until the police arrive. Peter informs Miles that he will be assisting his girlfriend, Daily Bugle reporter Mary Jane Watson, with her assignment in Symkaria, a small Eastern European country, for a few weeks as her photographer, and entrusts him to look after the city in his absence. While investigating a break-in at the Roxxon Plaza, Miles clashes with a criminal organization called the Underground, who have a vendetta against the company. Miles then returns home to celebrate Christmas with his mother and city council candidate Rio Morales, along with his best friend, classmate, and technologist Ganke Lee, and is surprised to learn that Rio has also invited Finn Mason, his childhood best friend, whom he has not spoken to in over a year. The following day, Ganke creates a Spider-Man mobile app, allowing citizens to post for Miles' help directly. Miles' uncle, Aaron Davis, is one of the first to use it, and reveals his knowledge of Miles' identity during their meeting. Sometime later, Miles attends one of Rio's campaign rallies at Roxxon Plaza, where he witnesses the Underground attacking the Roxxon guards present and tries to stop the conflict before it escalates. He soon discovers that the Underground are seeking Roxxon's experimental power source, Nuform, and that Finn is their masked leader, creating and providing them with advanced technology, causing her to be known as the Tinkerer. After further investigation, Miles learns that Finn wants to avenge the death of her brother, Rick Mason, Roxxon's former project lead on and inventor of Nuform, who realized the technology was poisonous and attempted to sabotage the project to protect others from harm, resulting in Krieger killing him. With assistance from Aaron, whom Miles learns is also the Prowler, a mercenary thief with a technologically advanced suit, he discovers Finn's plan to ruin Roxxon by destroying their own plaza using Nuform to demonstrate its dangerous side effects, which Krieger has been covering up. After betraying Finn's trust in order to gather information on the Underground, Miles is eventually forced to reveal his identity to her, souring their friendship. Miles tries to reconcile with Finn, but Roxxon abducts them with the aid of Rhino, now wearing Roxxon-designed, improved, shockproof gear. Miles and Finn escape captivity, during which Miles learns that Aaron has been spying on him for Roxxon, and that Krieger modified the plaza's Nuform reactor, supercharging it for increased output, meaning that if Finn's plan to overload it succeeds, it will destroy not only the plaza, but all of Harlem as well. Finn and Miles fight the enhanced Rhino, now immune to electricity, who taunts Finn about Rick's death. Just before she can kill him, Miles intervenes, and the two fight each other before Finn knocks Miles unconscious and escapes alone. Having called Ganke for help just before losing consciousness, he finds and brings the injured Miles home, where Rio discovers his identity, leading Miles to explain the current situation regarding Finn's plan. Once he recovers, Miles leaves to stop Finn, but is ambushed and captured en route by Aaron, who takes him to a holding cell, leaving Roxxon and the Underground to destroy each other in an attempt to prevent Miles from being killed like his father, Officer Jefferson Davis, in previous events. Miles escapes, defeating Aaron, and explaining that he can't abandon people when they need him. While the Underground and Roxxon fight in the streets and Finn begins executing her plan, Aaron, inspired by Miles' words, helps Rio evacuate Harlem, giving Miles a chance to confront Finn, with the goal of stopping the Nuform reactor before it goes critical. Unable to reason with her, Miles fights Finn, and after defeating her, removes his malfunctioning mask to save her life as she realizes what she's done, before absorbing the Nuform's energy into himself, using his bioelectricity to attempt to negate the blast. Upon doing so, Miles realizes that he can't contain all of the absorbed energy, and it's going to explode out of him. Finn sacrifices herself to save the city, carrying him to a safe distance above it by using the remnants of her technologically advanced suit so that he can release the energy before it kills him. Miles then plummets back to the ground, his identity being revealed in the process to a small number of nearby local citizens he helped as Spider-Man, who form a barrier against approaching reporters and cameras, tacitly promising to keep his secret and support him. 4 weeks later, Krieger is arrested, following Aaron turning himself in and testifying against both him and Roxxon. Peter returns from Symkaria and praises Miles for his growth and heroism before they head off to fight crime together. Elsewhere, Norman Osborn, owner and president of Oscorp, orders a reluctant Dr. Kirk Connors to release his terminally ill son, Harry Osborn, from a stasis pod, in spite of his still unstable condition. Meanwhile, Miles leaves the science project award he won with Finn, their cherished childhood memento, atop Trinity Church, where they visited when they were younger, in her memory.